Hey, so in this video, we're gonna talk about how you can create a Chrome extension for yourself and how you can do that using ChatGPT. So I do have previous coding knowledge, so I do know how to code, but I had never created a Chrome extension in my life before. So for me, even as someone that knows how to code, it was kind of scary and it was foreign to, and I was foreign to the idea of like building a Chrome extension. I've never thought I would build one. So with the arrival of ChatGPT, I was just thinking, okay, I've always had this problem since Facebook removed the capability of, you know, filtering conversations to only see unread unread messages. And I always thought that's so annoying. Why have Facebook have removed that? And I just thought someone should create a Chrome extension for that. I'm sure that there's a one, and I looked for it, never found one. So what I did, I used ChatGPT and I solved my own problem. So let me show you my thought process on how I managed to get that done. And first I'll show you the Chrome extension, how it looks like now, and you'll be able to try it yourself. So let me remove that. So left unread is a Chrome extension I've created. So basically it's really simple. So let's see that you go on either Facebook, Messenger, or Twitter. You install the Chrome extension that you can find on a Chrome store. It's called left unread, and then you can also go on a website called leftunread.top. It's not a .com, it's .top, because conversation scrolls to the top of your inbox. So it's really simple. The way that it works is you click on the extension here, and then there's going to be a little pop-up that will open. So you click on the little icon, and then that's going to start filtering your conversation. That's going to scroll down up to the bottom of your inbox. I mean, not to the bottom, but at least really low in your inbox. It's going to just keep brings to the top all of the unread conversation. So all of that landing page have been created by ChatGPT. At least all of the content have been created by ChatGPT. The images, I borrowed them from the internet. I apologize if it's one of your image. Just reach out to me, I can change it if you need. But anyway, the point is, let me show you my thought process. Let me move that. Actually, I'm gonna put myself here instead. I'll put that bigger. Wonderful. Now you have my face and everything. Cool. So let's start. My thought process was, okay, so I look in the code of Facebook and Messenger, and I was just looking, okay, so there's a div that has this HTML element, and then I want to know, like, inside check of this one, and I want to know how many divs there are. So I basically look into the HTML code, and I was looking, okay, here's how it's structured, here's what I want, and I asked ChatGPT, write a JavaScript code that do this. So at least I wanted to know how the Chrome extension would work, like what it would do. So I kind of went not backward, but in a way, yeah. So I wanted to just check, can I have a JavaScript code that would do exactly what I needed to do? So that's what I asked ChatGPT to do for me. And then it gave me the code, and with that code I tested it, it worked, and I moved along to the next part. So the next part was to scroll to the bottom of this specific div, the div that has the role tab list. And why I wanted to do that, and why do I need to do that, is because in any type of social media platform, when you look in your inbox, you have the div, and you have all of the conversation on the right, left, sorry. And if you scroll to the bottom of it, it's going to load more conversation. It's going to load more conversation. So if you do it once, you're going to have like 2 layers of conversations that is going to appear. But what you want to do, you want to have more than just 2, I call it layer, but 2 stack of conversations. You want to have like multiple ones, so you have to scroll. You would do that manually normally. So I had to scroll to the bottom, but then I had to, you have to scroll more than just one. So I've used my coding skills, knowing JavaScript to do that. So that was my second step. So I know how to show only conversations, show relevant conversations from the conversations I have visible, and then I scroll to the bottom of the div, so I can have at least two, and then I can shorten that to only the unread conversations, and then I ask ChatGPT create a Chrome extension using manifest v3 because parentheses here sidetrack. I asked ChatGPT to create a Chrome extension before, and it was using manifest v2, which manifest v2 is in the end of its life. So manifest v3 is a new thing that is gonna take over, and is also going to accelerate your approval process. So by using manifest v3, you're ensuring yourself that you will have the right code, or at least the most up-to-date version of a Chrome extension that you can create. So you're aiming for the long term by using manifest v3. Okay, back to the Chrome extension. So I asked create a Chrome extension using the following JavaScript code. So it's pretty simple. I asked to create this JavaScript code and execute it only on the website that contains .messenger.com/t, which is the same structure that you have if you go on messenger.com in the URL. So then I gave the JavaScript code, and it gave me exactly the steps of what I needed to do to create a Chrome extension. Create a folder, create a manifest JSON using the manifest version 3, and then it's going to create, description, maximum version, blah blah. The permissions, extremely important. The above script that I gave, put it in the script.js, and then have a background worker, service worker, create that, and then in that background one, put this background.js, put this code, save all of this, and then test it. It even tells me exactly how to test it. So that's kind of what I did. Then I did the extension to execute the code only when the user clicked on the bottom, on a button, and then it did that. Then made a little adjustments, and as you can see, the pop-up.js is basically triggering different things. Then modify this, blah blah, and that's it. That was literally how I created the Chrome extension for left unread. Let me just, so that's kind of how I did that. As you can see, it's kind of straightforward. I don't want to say it's easy. If you don't have coding knowledge, for sure it's going to be trickier, but at least it gives you the steps on how to create Chrome extension. But then I did something even better, because we're not here to just create a Chrome extension. We want to be able to publish it, and to publish it, you have to have a description, and you have to have visuals and all of that. Visuals, I leave it to you. You're smart enough to know how to create visuals. For those that don't know, when I was I think 12 years old, I was literally creating design in Google Doc, and I was using I had the iBook at the time, just to tell you how long ago it was, because MacBooks were not existing. So the iBook that I had, there was still the screenshot function. So if I by heart shift command 4, you can select the selection of what you want to screenshot. And I was doing that. I was using Google Doc, not Google Doc, sorry, Microsoft Word at the time. I was putting images, and I was stacking the layers, and then I was taking a screenshot of the layers I had stacked. So that's how I got started with designing. So nowadays we have so much better options. You have Canva, you have all of these things, but you are smart enough to know how to design, to make designs for Google for your Google extension. So I'm just gonna show you how you can create a Chrome extension description really easily using ChatGPT again. All right, move myself again. All right, so you can go the easy route. The easy route is the really basic thing, where you just write a really simple prompt for ChatGPT. Write a description for a Chrome extension that shows only on read conversations on messenger.com and twitter.com. It did it. That's simple. You could just decide to copy paste that and run with it. But then, you want something a bit more nicer to read, so you can tweak the prompt. So here's a few variations of how I tweaked it. So I pretty much created a um, long description on what does it do exactly. I had taken a prompt. I believe I've done another video on that where I'm creating a landing page from scratch. Um, and that will pretty much be that's I pretty much started the prompt this way. So I pretty much like write a Chrome extension that will convert leads to customers. Identify the business as like the online business operators as the target market, and clearly describe as on read and what it does. And I describe what it does. I describe for who it is here, and then I explain what it exactly more in detail what it does, how it benefits them, and etc. So that really gives you an idea of how you can really prompt it much better to give more details to ChatGPT. And that way it created, a Chrome extension description a bit more interesting. Like the first one was decent, to be honest, it was decent. But then if you use that, it's a little bit more, oriented to who you're talking to. Because that was the problem I was having with the landing page, the first version of it. I asked for feedback on the first version, and it was too generic. It was too like busy individuals, it's good, but it's not like, okay, who are we really talking to? And then because I really like Robert Collier's, I pretty much took an example, of sales letters from Robert Collier. As you can see, there's some examples. There's 3 of them. And then I decided I asked ChatGPT, analyze the writing style of a sales letter written by Robert Collier and write in the same way as Robert Collier wrote in his sales letters. And then I wrote the exact same prompt as before. And then it gave me something in its own, Robert Collier style. So that's pretty much how I created this Chrome extension from scratch, not knowing anything about how to code a Chrome extension, what it does exactly, like how to do it. And then I obviously, over the time, crafted it a bit more using ChatGPT again. I don't have the conversations in this one, but it's not important for me to show you. You get the point that how you can create a Chrome extension from scratch, and then you can do the same process for a landing page. You can, same as I did, create various versions of content using ChatGPT to create different versions of landing page content, and then kind of take piece here and there, what you like, what you don't like. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment below. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. I'd love to know what you'd like me to talk about more next. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see what you can build with now that you know how to create a Chrome extension. And yeah, if you liked what I did, feel free to subscribe and follow along. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers. Bye.